She picked up steam. Her legs burned with the effort. She knew from the way the earth slanted, the soft rise and fall of the hills, that she was on track, heading toward the lake. That the light was on the other side, that she would have to skirt the edge of the water another mile or more before she had a door to knock on, help at hand. She felt another ripple of pain across her abdomen, a cramping below that, sudden, breathtaking, the kind that seemed to pull her insides out. The baby was coming. She remembered Matthew's words on mental toughness. It was the difference between failure and success. 1 mile. She could do that. With more than that already behind her, she had come farther than Matthew had thought possible, and a bubble of pride swelled inside her. It made her feel light on her toes, ease the pinch in her lungs. She would do anything for Matthew, anything for their son. Nicole was up, her legs over the side of the bed before she realized it was the phone that had woken her. She rubbed sleep from her eyes as she reached for her cell on the nightstand. It rang again, a sharp trilling that pierced her ears. The display read, "Dispatch." She opened the call. "Cobain," she said. "Hi, Sheriff." Her night shift operator, Lodi. "I have Border Patrol on the line, patching through." Nicole waited. Calls this late into the night, it was 2:37 a.m., were rare from BP. Blue Mesa was the seat of multiple agencies. The Sheriff's Department, Border Patrol, and Highway Patrol all kept offices in the small town, and while the late hour was unusual, working together was not. "Sheriff, it's Kyle Monty," a senior agent at BP North. Nicole had worked with him many times. Since the shift in 2016 of presidents and policies, immigration in particular, the border with Canada was 14 miles from the town proper. Their paths had crossed far more frequently. Monty was an easy man to work with. He listened more than he spoke, understood that nothing was superficial, and Nicole had never heard a bullshit party line from him. "What's up, Monty?" "Have a DOA here. Can't get to ID. Probably a UDA." Undocumented alien. Nicole could hear the disappointment in his voice. New policies on immigration had led to riskier border attempts. Since January, 7 bodies had been recovered. All women and children. All succumbed to the weather. But Nicole and her office hadn't dealt with those. Her team was brought in only when foul play was suspected, and the sheriff's office had jurisdiction. "And there was nothing natural or circumstantial about his death," Monty continued. Nicole stood and turned on the bedroom light. She pulled a uniform off a hanger in the closet and laid it over the bed. "Location?" "Middle of Lake Maria." That gave her pause. The lake was thawing, its edges completely fluid now, but a 1/4 mile in it was slushy, with flows that drifted on the currents. At its center were solid patches of ice that reached all the way to the bottom. "What?" "I came out on a tip. You know we've been getting more of those than ever, and most of them are good, so I didn't hesitate." Nicole listened to his story unfold. Monty had arrived at the lake more than an hour before. Their caller was waiting at the water's edge. The man had reported seeing a group of young men, 4 or 5, board a boat and head north. They wore dark clothing and each had a day pack with them. From the northern edge of Lake Maria, it was a 7-mile hike through dense forest and steep passes to the Canadian border. But it was a cool night, 27 degrees with a heavy mist in the air and cloud cover, all of which complicated the passage. "You catch up with them?" she asked. "Nah, we have officers at the border, of course. Spread so thin a herd of trumpeting elephants could charge through unnoticed." And so there was little hope of rounding them up before they crossed the border into terrain both steeper and colder than stateside, where life and death and the line between them blended into the landscape. "What makes you think your DOA is my business?" "His hands and feet are tied. We can see that much. You're going to have a job here, cutting him out of the ice." That surprised her. "He's frozen?" "Yeah, damn ice cube. And you know how that goes, right?"